Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the Roaring Twenties. Yeah, that picture is of my grandmother. She was a teenager. I did my grandfather as a teenager last week, and my grandmother this week. And these are both on my mom's side. And she has a necklace that looks like pearls on, but I'm sure they're not. But so I'm going to try to use some pearls in my layout because of that reason. And I was thinking, man, it is the 20s and they had those fancy headbands back then. I mean, they were knockout gorgeous headbands. And a lot of them had feathers sticking up. Well, I've had feathers, and when I was doing altered art all the time, I went looking, and all I could find was two teeny tiny feathers. Yeah. So, see those beads right there, those Prima beads, the bling ones? I'm going to use them in place of feathers. And I wanted to use a punch on this glitter cardstock, but that is very heavy, very sturdy. So that didn't work. I was afraid I was going to break my punch. The second time it got stuck and I couldn't get it unstuck. It's sitting over there waiting on me to get it unstuck. So I pulled out my decorative scissors. And since it's been so very long since I used them, I picked the one that was the easiest as far as you didn't have to line it up. And it almost looks like I didn't do anything to it. I did have to ink the edges in black because the white core was showing. And I did get it a little crooked. I put my pencil line there because that's key to using decorative scissors. But I still got off because it's been so long since I did it. I used to be really good at it when that's all I had and didn't have punches. But yeah, I wanted to put her picture, well, put glitter cardstock behind it, but it is so hard to get that glitter cardstock, the picture to glue to it, or in this case, that polka dot paper to glue to it, that I decided just to go ahead and use the black. I made 2 strips of the glitter cardstock because I wanted a little variation there, and I'm going to put my pearl trim on the top one. And I thought about getting out my micro dots and using them, but I thought, I'm pretty sure they're not quite this small. So I used my glue gun, and I'm going to put it most of the way across there. There is going to be some behind the picture, but I figured why waste it, so I didn't put quite as much behind the picture that I could. But it was enough that I had to put foam tape behind the picture. And since I was going to put that bling right there on there, I didn't really want to put foam tape behind the picture, but it worked out all right. That stuff is so sticky and hard to put down that I'm going to leave it on the plastic while I'm putting it down, and that works out pretty good. Surprise, surprise, how many years have I been putting those on there? Now, I don't know if anybody looking at my page would think that I'm trying to replicate one of those headbands or not. My daughter might, because she's had one before. She went to a Roaring Twenties themed thing a few years back. And my grandson called me the other night and was talking to me and telling me, well, he had done, and he went to Roaring Twenties things. Well, both of them were fundraisers, but everybody went dressed as Roaring Twenties. So, yeah, if my daughter had told me about that one that was here in town, I could have got me an outfit maybe and dressed up. I have gone to a party dressed as a gal from the Roaring Twenties and had a headband and stuff, but it wasn't near as fancy as a lot of headbands that I've seen. But since I was 16 at the time, it seemed really fancy to me. It had bangles and everything on it. It was really pretty. My mom's cousin's wife got it for me. She'd gone on a visit to St. Louis and she got it, but it was just for me to wear. She kept it in case she ever got to go to something she could dress up like Roaring Twenties, because she spent a pretty penny on it way back then. because of the shoes, dress, everything. Here, I didn't like the center of this Prima flower. I think it was Prima. No, that's Jolie's, and it is glitter. So I pulled the center off, and it was an amber color, and I punched a 3/4 inch black, punched it out circle, and I put adhesive all over it with my ATG gun, and then I just started wrapping this from the center out, and I think it's called eyelash trim. It's been so long since I used it too. But yeah, and the only spray I could find that I wanted to use was that little one right there, one of them. I had a bunch of sprays, but they were way bigger than this one. And since I was going to use that bling up there, I didn't want to use a spray that went up that high. But if I could have found some feathers, I had some white ostrich feathers. And like I said, all I found was 2 little tiny ones, so I guess I have used them all. But yeah, I'm picking which one of those to use. And I wanted the one that hung down past the bottom, that I could actually hang it down past the bottom without the whole thing going there. But I thought, oh, the headbands just go up above the head. The one I had and wore that time did not have feathers sticking straight up. Like I said, it was really pretty, but it didn't have the feathers sticking straight up. The whole outfit was black, and it did have a big flower like this on there, and it was black. But yeah, I liked it and loved it at the time. But I have seen fancier. But I don't think I've seen a dress that was fancier. It had fringe hanging, and instead of it being just fringe, it was little beads on it on the entire dress. So like if you were dancing that Roaring Twenties dance, I mean, it would just wave all over the place. It was so pretty. That's what she spent the most money on. And on my title there, that is Pantry from 2011. And I was showing the S's earlier because every one of them's deformed. But I'm going to have to use them anyway. It's not like I can take them back to the store now. And you can tell I have never used them. These are sequins from Cat Scrappiness, and I think it's called Celebration. So they have little gold stars and then little black, well, they look like glitter, but they're teeny tiny sequins. And I put a drop of glue there, and I'm using my piercer and getting glue on it, and then I'm flipping them over. I checked the first one to make sure the black ones were the same on each side, so I wouldn't have to just double check each time whether they're up or down or what. But they're the same on both sides, so it didn't matter. And I just scattered them on there, and 3 is all that fell off, which is amazing. And I'm going to put those 3 on, and then that'll be it. That'll be my layout. The Roaring Twenties, my grandmother, and she was like 15 there, so it was 1925. She was born in 1910. It sure is a fancier layout than my grandfather's, and I do plan on putting them next to each other in the scrapbook album. But yeah, that font there, it's script font from Sizzix. I'd shown it earlier, and there's my center where I wrapped it round and round on that flower because I did not like the one that was there. And my Roaring Twenties pantry. And that's it. That is my layout for this week. But thank you all so very much for joining me. And tomorrow's Punched Out Thursday. Yeah. I'm not even sure what it's going to be. I am so far behind. But thank you all so much for watching. And if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Bye.